So I went fishing today and I got skunked. It was awesome. Nevertheless, I'm going to show you what I bring in terms of fishing gear on a multi-day trip. We're on a multi-day trip out here, and I'm going to show you my pared down fishing kit. The bare essentials are what you actually need when you go on a multi-day trip. First and foremost, I always strap a net to the outside of my pack. Obviously you need a net when you go fishing. This is my clean weigh net, so you can weigh all the fish you catch. In my case is 0, but that's all right. Always have a net. Now, I like to have, it depends on the trip, but I like to have a smaller hip bag or another bag that I take as well as my big overnight pack. It allows me to set up camp and then just fish out of this. I'm not carrying around a giant bag. So this is an old Patagonia hip bag. They don't make this exact one anymore, but anything like this will do. You can bring a waterproof pack as well. It's something I'd recommend. This one isn't waterproof. The only thing I've done to change that is inside I keep all my gear in a dry bag. So this can get as wet as it wants, but if I fall in or you know, if I've got a camera or my phone or something, everything's in the dry bag. Now the reason you put things in a dry bag is because this wasn't in the dry bag and this is my buff and that is soaking wet. That's gross. The one tool that I couldn't live without when I go fly fishing for a multi-day trip or anywhere for that matter is these scissor forceps. These are a pair of scientific angle ones. Orvis makes some, Loon makes some. Doesn't matter who makes them, these are the best. It saves you having to carry a set of forceps and a set of nippers. They've also got a little punch there if you need to clear out the eye of hooks. This always lives on the side of my pack on any trip, so that's an essential. One fly box is all you need.
What's it gonna be?
You don't need to carry your dry box, your nymph box, your streamer box, your emerger box, your wet, you know, all that. Put everything in one, save the weight and pair it right back. I got a set of tapered leaders. This is a set of 3 9-foot 3X tapered leaders. That's the one I usually run. I've got a little bit of indicator wool. We're fishing in the late season at the moment and we're doing a bit of indicator nymphing. It's not working too well for me at the moment, but that's what I've been doing. Bit of indicator wool, floatant, royal gel, a quell, gink, anything will work. Tuba floatant. A roll or 2 of Tippet. I've got 2 rolls of 4X Tippet, but you could do 3X, 4X, 4X, 5X, whatever you're used to fishing with, a couple of rolls of Tippet. I've got a spool of 20-pound Maxima. Now I can use this to build the back end of my nymphing leaders, and it's always, you could sub this out for 10-pound, 15-pound, whatever you're comfy with. You could also almost ditch this depending on the conditions you're going to expect, but that's what I have on this trip. I got a small thing of split shot. Again, if you're fishing in summer or you're fishing dry flies, this can be even smaller, but for this trip I've just got a thing of split shots if I need to get down deep. I've got low water at the moment though, so they haven't really come out that much. Now I always carry, you always carry snacks. I've just got a muesli bar, whatever snacks you usually like. I've just got a muesli bar in there. Also a headlamp. Not a lot of people think about this, but if you're fishing into the dark, or you've hiked far away from camp and you're walking back through the water in the dark, it's a really good idea to have a headlamp with you as a safety thing. Another really important piece of safety gear, something you never should look over, is a GPS satellite phone with an SOS button. This Garmin one also does maps as well, so if my phone dies, I can have maps if I get lost. We use that a little bit on the track out of where we're just fishing as well to get us back to the car. Ow! In the face. Really important, either this one, a Garmin InReach Mini, a PLB, a sat phone or an SOS button. When you're out remote, you have to have one of these, no questions asked. Lastly, I keep my phone in this as well, obviously, and I've just got a little camera in here for snapping pics, and that's about it. It's a really pared back kit. Us fly fishermen are really good at buying gear and having all of, multiple fly boxes, heaps of gear, but when you're on a multi-day trip, you need to pair it right back, carry less weight, and that's the stuff I take. Hope it helps you out.